Welcome to YourMoneyInYourBusiness.com. We're going to talk today about something that I've been talking about for a long time, and I believe that it's important not just because it involves me and what I do, but because I think that a lot of businesses are missing an important component of what they need to maximize their success. And that is that every business has three financial roles that need to be filled. The first role to talk about is the bookkeeper, the person who processes transactions, updates the books, and effectively keeps the business running from a financial standpoint. They're the foundation. Next up is the accountant role. This is the person who oversees the bookkeeper. They're making sure that the work is correct, that they're reconciling accounts, and they're producing the financial reports. And just in case you're thinking about it and asking yourself, well, what about the tax preparer? Yes, the tax return basically is a financial report to the government to figure out a tax bill. So it's a form of a financial report. Then finally, we have the financial strategist. This is the person who looks at the financial reports and helps make decisions about how to best use the money that the company is earning. So the typical job title for this role is Chief Financial Officer, which is why I have such a keen interest in it. But why are these three roles so important? What is the rationale behind me saying that we need to maximize our revenues by filling these three roles? Well, to do this, let's look at the three different scenarios. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at the three roles, the bookkeeper, the accountant, and the strategist, the CFO. We're going to remove each one and imagine what it's like without them. So first, imagine that there's no bookkeeper. Well, the bills aren't being processed, invoices aren't being sent, the books aren't being updated. How long do we think a business can operate like this? In my mind, not very long. Eventually things are going to break down and there are going to be problems with vendors not collecting money, all these types of things. So we do need to have someone or someones filling different components of the bookkeeper role. So now let's imagine that we don't have the accountant. The bookkeeper's work now is not being reviewed for accuracy. The financial reports aren't being prepared, or they're being prepared, but they might be inaccurate. So now the CFO and the business owner are looking at the financial reports, but they don't have the confidence of knowing that the financial reports are correct, or it's taking a long time for the bookkeeper to get the reports to them, and there's not confidence in the information. So we do want an accountant type person to be looking at the bookkeeper's work and preparing the reports. But now let's imagine what the business would be like without the top role, the financial strategist. So the bills are being paid, the invoices are being sent, the books are being updated by the bookkeeper, the accountant is making sure that the books are correct, the reports are being generated, but without guidance, the business is lacking. It's lacking direction on what activities it should undertake to become stronger and grow. And that's why I say that every business needs each of these roles to maximize success. A business can get along okay with a bookkeeper and an accountant, but it probably will not maximize success if it's not taking this information from the financial reports and making informed decisions about what to do. At this stage, you might be thinking to yourself, yes, Jonathan, but I'm trying to run a lean business. Now you're telling me I need 3 people. Well, yes and no. Look, just because there are 3 roles doesn't mean that you necessarily need 3 people or 3 full-time positions. When I talk with business owners, the conversation typically goes one of 2 ways. Either we figure out who within the company that are already there who will take on the different roles, or more likely the case, we find a part-time accountant and strategist roles. So that's what often happens for me in my business. The company has a bookkeeper, a staff, and then I come in. Sometimes I take on the role of the accountant, and then I have my role as a CFO. So what does this mean for you? Well, as many of my recommendations here at YourMoneyInYourBusiness.com, it's a matter of being aware of what needs to be done and then creating a structure or a system. So ask yourself, okay, I have 3 roles to fill. How should I go about doing it? Who's my bookkeeper? Well, hopefully you've already answered that. Then who's going to check the bookkeeper's work and give me reports? Do you have your tax preparer, CPA, looking at these monthly or quarterly? And then who's going to look at these reports with me, tell me what they mean, and help me understand the financial implications of things that I'm thinking about doing? You know, going for that top tier strategy level type of thinking. So you might have a part-time bookkeeper in-house and your tax preparer is going to check them to make sure that the books are good, but maybe you need to start working with a mastermind group to discuss your business. You know, I don't know how you feel about disclosing your financials with a mastermind group. Perhaps you could do that. There are some companies that offer board services where it's a consulting firm that goes in and they sit down with the business owner and helps them to make these strategic decisions. You know, if I might point out, by the way, a key reason I started this video blog was to give you the resources you need to understand what needs to be done, to equip you to become a more savvy, financially savvy CEO, so that you can begin to think strategically yourself. So I'm hoping, I truly hope that these videos are beginning to stir your mind to think about how do I understand what the role of finance and strategic thinking is in my business, and how can I be thinking that way in order to grow and to become more profitable. So yes, I hope that this video itself has been helpful, filling you in on how to structure your financial management better. Please let me know in the comment box below. I do look out for the comments because they help me narrow down what I can talk about to help you, your money, and your business. See you in the next video.